Roderick.
When I came here, I said I was coming after one thing, and that's the NXT Championship.
Versus Roode.
Roderick Strong isn't man enough to carry this title, and his perfect little story, the perfect little ending that he's looking for, it's not gonna happen.
For the NXT Championship.
The rivalry can no longer be contained.
NXT tonight.
From Full Sail University in the NXT Arena, it's another huge night of NXT action, including a battle for the NXT Championship. Hello there, Mauro Ranallo along with Percy Watson and Nigel McGuinness. And Nigel, a huge opportunity for Roderick Strong tonight.
Biggest opportunity of his career.
Hey, Bobby Roode's the champion for a reason, but it's going to be a tough climb for Friday night.
Well, earlier today, Roderick Strong, flanked by his fiancée with his child and other family members in tow, making his way here to the NXT Arena on what is, without a doubt, the biggest night of his career, the biggest opportunity to become NXT champion.
I won't last now, smash with the elbow, cracking the glass jaw. You better knuckle up, dream crusher, coming out swinging, open you wide.
Tag team match scheduled for one more. Introducing first, from Dayton, Ohio, 260 pounds, Kassius. Ohno!
The knockout artist Kassius Ohno getting set for tag team action with his partner Hideo, Itami, a relationship that has been built on mutual respect over the past decade.
Check him out, my boy Kassius Money Ohno. You know why I call him Money?
Why?
Because that rolling elbow is money.
You want to talk about money, Percy? This man has drawn more money in Japan than most other sports entertainers. The question is, can he recreate that success here in America?
Came up short against Bobby Roode for the NXT Championship at TakeOver Chicago, but now teaming up with Kassius Ohno as they look to succeed as a tag team tonight.
Well, darkness has fallen across the arena, and that can mean only one thing. SAnitY is here.
Alexander Wolfe and Killian Dain, who ambushed both Hideo Itami and Kassius Ohno to lead to this tag team tilt.
These guys are crazy and absolutely deranged.
There's a method to their madness, though. This is controlled chaos. Create confusion, gives you power.
We never did find out why or what Hideo Itami wanted to say to Kassius Ohno, but here they are on the same page as a tag team tonight against SAnitY. What do SAnitY bring to the ring, Nigel?
A little bit of everything, a little bit of uncertainty. Take a look there. Wolfe dancing before locking up with Kassius Ohno. Wolfe reminds me of that band, Rammstein.
Oh, Du Hast.
Du Hast, you're right.
And Ohno driven face first into the turnbuckle by Alexander Wolfe. And Ohno blocks a kick. Oh! And what a strike by Kassius Ohno, known as the knockout artist. And an artist in every sense of the word. A battle-tested, well-traveled veteran. Tag is made. In comes Hideo Itami. Oh, man, a cavalcade of kicks on Wolfe.
Here we go.
Wolfe could be out. He's got to get his hands up to protect himself. His chin's sitting out there like a gift.
Snapmare by Itami. Short knee drops across the countenance of Wolfe. Now he exposes the knee. Oh, a little gamesmanship there by Itami.
And if you want to see where superstars such as Hideo Itami train daily and get a first-hand look at NXT, then join us at the WWE Performance Center All Access, coming up July 24th, right here in Orlando, Florida. Tickets are available now. Visit NXTtickets.com for more information.
And a boot to the face of Killian Dain. Oh, wow, what a counter by Wolfe.
Just enough to distract Itami long enough. Now the big beast of Belfast is in there.
Could Hideo Itami somehow find his way back into this matchup against SAnitY?
There he is. The man that has left wreckage every place. Samoa Joe.
Joe's the #1 contender.
You want Brock Lesnar? You've got Brock Lesnar. Unleash the beast. The reigning Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar.
And the brawl is on.
Both of these competitors looking to destroy one another.
Joe from behind. Coquina clutch.
Lesnar is fading fast.
Samoa Joe again sending a message.
At great balls of fire, Lesnar versus Joe for the Universal Championship.
Alexander Wolfe putting the boots to Hideo Itami as SAnitY continues to control this tag team matchup. Kassius Ohno desperate to make the tag as Itami kicks out following that cover by Wolfe.
Alexander Wolfe putting all of his body weight across Itami.
Tag made. In comes the beast of Belfast, Killian Dain. And his full body weight into that corner avalanche.
320 fast-moving pounds right across the chest.
Lateral press here, and Hideo Itami summoning up the resolve to kick out. Huge size advantage for Killian Dain, and he'll try to take advantage of that.
Hideo's got to try to find a way to get to his feet and make a tag to his partner, Kassius. Easier said than done.
I don't speak perfect Japanese, but I believe Itami means pain in Japanese, and Hideo Itami is an expert both at giving and receiving it.
I've been to Japan over 30 times. I know how to say thank you. Arigato gozaimasu. That's it, my man. And now the
I got nothing on that one, fellas.
Killian Dain with the Painful face lock.
A lot of torque in the neck there. Driving the knee to the back of the neck at the same time.
And you remember the laundry list of injuries that Hideo Itami has suffered since joining NXT and how that has led to so much frustration. But here now in tag team action, Dain ripping to the body with that right hand. And a full scoop, but Itami lands on his feet. And here's that lightning quick offense of Hideo Itami.
Some of that Kobayashi style.
And
no,
Ohno is tending to Alexander Wolfe. Itami was looking to make the tag, and he just ate that corner clothesline by Killian Dain.
Well,
an opportunity missed there for Kassius Ohno.
Kassius Ohno neglecting his tag team duties, dare I say.
Nice spinning back fist that landed for Hideo Itami. Opportunity to make the tag here, but here comes Wolfe. Oh, running lariat by Itami. He levels Wolfe again with that lariat. Itami sent right into Killian Dain by Wolfe. And there's a malfunction at the junction as SAnitY run into each other.
Whoa! Check out the power by Hideo.
Fisherman suplex by Hideo Itami. Side press hooks a leg, and Itami looks to put away Alexander Wolfe.
Wolfe desperately grabbing out for that bottom rope.
And Ohno wants to make the tag. Why isn't it Hideo Itami bringing in the fresh man? Oh! Falcon arrow by Itami. Oh, and a senton, a running senton by Killian Dain. Over 300 pounds of mass, and in comes Kassius Ohno. The big boot. Ohno looking for some communication here from Hideo Itami. Itami still the legal man. Oh! Bicycle kick by Wolfe. Series of forearms by Itami. Oh! And that running kick sends Wolfe crashing to the canvas.
Oh, here we go. He's got him up.
Oh, but Wolfe holding onto the rope. Tag was made.
There's the tag. Is Wolfe smiling?
Oh! Go to sleep. Oh! And a cross body by Killian Dain. He's the legal man. Dain's legal. And Dain picks up the victory for SAnitY.
Wow.
Wolfe bit the bullet. Alexander Wolfe and Killian Dain, SAnitY with a victory over Hideo Itami and Kassius Ohno.
But look at that face. A picture paints 1,000 words. A smile on the face of Wolfe. I mentioned it before. I think he knew the blind tag had been made, and so he was going to sacrifice himself. Let's take a look. Yes. Here Itami has him up for the go to sleep. There's the blind tag. Now Wolfe knows. Look at that big smile on his kisser. And he sacrifices himself knowing that this is coming next. Driving crossbody, drives Itami down. And that was all she wrote.
Ultimate sacrifice by Alexander Wolfe for the greater good. But, man, miscommunication on the part of Kassius Ohno and Hideo Itami.
And now we want to take you back to earlier today at the Performance Center where media was standing by to get a word with Ember Moon.
Now that you're back, do you feel ready to challenge Asuka again?
You know, coming back from injury is never an easy thing, but I've been taking advantage of every piece of time that I can spend in these rings, watching film on Asuka, going to the gym, and I can safely say that I'm ready to earn another opportunity at the NXT Women's Championship.
Sorry to interrupt, Ember. I couldn't help but overhear that you think you're the next one in line to take on Asuka. Last time I checked, you had your chance. Nikki had her chance. I haven't gotten mine yet. That's what I'm training for, so it's my time.
The end result is Asuka. It's always going to be Asuka. But anyone that wants to step on my warpath, I'll be willing to take them on.
Ember has wanted Asuka for months, and I hope she gets it.
Well, speaking of Asuka, let's take you back to the first ever last woman standing match in NXT history. Well, social media is still buzzing about last week's historic last woman standing match, the first of its kind in NXT. You had the deranged Nikki Cross challenging the undefeated NXT Women's Champion Asuka for the championship. Remember, there was no pinfall or disqualification, no countouts or submission.
Nothing!
We found out which NXT superstar would survive and leave Full Sail University with the title. With the goal of knocking your opponent out for a 10 count, both Asuka and Nikki Cross continued this out-of-control contest all over the arena. The squared circle was not enough to house these two bitter rivals. The action, in fact, spilled over to the announcers area here at Full Sail, where this incredible moment took place. Asuka suplexing Nikki Cross off of the ladder, completely destroying our commentary table. But it was Asuka who retains the NXT Women's Championship, and she remains undefeated, the most dominant champion in NXT history.
We reached out to Asuka's representatives to get her reaction to the last woman standing match, but we were declined. However, Asuka took to social media to get this message across to the NXT universe. Asuka, unstoppable, untouchable, undefeated.
Speaking of championship action, wow. The NXT Universe has been waiting on pins and needles for this epic encounter. An emotionally charged Roderick Strong, in the biggest match of his career, finally gets his opportunity at the NXT Championship when he battles Bobby Roode later tonight.
McIntyre has signed with NXT.
From Ayr, Scotland, Drew McIntyre! This is a game changer. Drew McIntyre is back! The big man from Scotland, ready to shake things up in this new era.
I could have signed anywhere in the world.
6'5", 256 pounds.
I have all the raw talent.
Oh, the world, and he pulled that off.
I can put the smack down on anybody. Oh! I don't want to be anywhere else but right here in NXT.
Drew McIntyre, still undefeated at NXT.
Drew McIntyre, you've repeatedly stated that you returned to NXT for one reason, the NXT Championship. So what are your thoughts on tonight's NXT title match between Roderick Strong and Bobby Roode?
I think it's going to be a fantastic match. But I can assure you the next time we have this conversation, we won't be talking about someone else's title match. We'll be talking about my title match. Because if you look at the list of former NXT champions, the Rollins, the Zayn's, the Owens, the Balors, the Joes, the Nakamura's, when these men won the title, this entire world pointed at them and said, that's the guy to lead this industry. That's why I chose NXT. I have to join that lineage and become NXT champion.
Well, there are others who have expressed interest in challenging for the NXT Championship, like the also undefeated Killian Dain.
It doesn't matter if it's Bobby Roode, if it's Roderick Strong or it's Killian Dain, all roads lead to the same destination: Drew McIntyre as NXT champion.
At NXT TakeOver Chicago, we all witnessed one of the most shocking moments in NXT history. The very popular tag team DIY, comprising Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, losing a heart-wrenching match against the authors of pain, but it was what transpired after the match that has left the entire NXT universe in a state of shock. Ciampa viciously attacked his partner in front of the sold-out Allstate Arena crowd, live on the WWE Network, and a stunned audience, including yours truly. We could only watch and wonder why this was happening. Ciampa launching his tag team partner, his best friend, into the table stand, leading to Johnny Gargano having to leave the arena on a stretcher. Well, finally, we do have some great news to report after being sidelined with injuries. Johnny Gargano is going to be here next week on NXT. I cannot wait to hear what Johnny Wrestling has to say.
Welcome back to Full Sail University, and tonight NXT is brought to you by Rocket League, an award-winning hybrid of arcade soccer and driving. Rocket League is available now for PS4, Xbox One, and Steam PC. And now we want to show you what happened earlier today when our own Caleb Braxton was at the Performance Center here in Orlando interviewing the iconic duo, Peyton Royce and Billie Kay.
Hey guys, Caleb Braxton here at the WWE Performance Center alongside Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, or as I like to be known as the iconic duo. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me. And hey, the Mae Young Classic is around
Shh. Mae Young Classic is not about us. So, 1, pipe down, 2, lose the attitude, and 3, the iconic duo feel hurt. We feel disrespected. Do you know why? No, I'll tell you why. It's because it was Billie Kay's birthday recently and there was no celebration. I was the only one who gave her a gift.
Peyton Royce was the only person that wished me a happy birthday and got me a present.
There was no other celebration, no confetti, and there was no cake.
Shush! Is this how NXT would have treated their breakout star of the year? I just want cake! That's all I want. We'll go get cake first.
Don't know if we got that, but this is Andrade Cien. Hey, Andrade, who's this woman that you're arguing with? Would you...
Es una loca.
Do you want to tell us about her?
Interesting developments with Andrade Cien Almas from earlier today, but we're going to shift our focus now to last week when an opportunity at the first ever Mae Young Classic tournament was on the line as uber athletic newcomer Bianca Belair challenged NXT vet Aaliyah.
The desire to claim a spot in the tournament was on display as Bianca and Aaliyah battled to qualify. But in the end, it was Bianca Belair who was victorious, joining the upcoming Mae Young Classic.
And she will get one of the 32 spots in the inaugural Mae Young Classic coming up later this summer, only on the WWE Network.
The NXT Championship is on the mind of everyone in the locker room as the chance of a lifetime awaits for NXT superstar Roderick Strong. As we saw, his fiancée, mother, and newborn child are here at Full Sail.
Will they celebrate the biggest victory of Roderick Strong's career? We'll find out. The NXT Championship match is next.
On July 24th, interact, engage, and be a part of this once-in-a-lifetime experience. It's the WWE Performance Center All Access. Go behind the scenes and meet your favorite superstars.
You call me nothing except glorious.
Cut a promo.
You're not cocky if you back it up.
Make an entrance, and so much more.
I don't think I'm ever gonna forget this as long as I live.
The WWE Performance Center All Access. Tickets are available.
I told you guys my story, and you accepted me with open arms, and I thank you guys with all my heart.
I'm where no one thought I would be.
Roderick Strong has been everywhere and done everything. He belongs here in NXT. Roderick Strong, a veteran, competed all over the world, won titles in every division he's been in.
To create this life, I had to overcome a lot of things. People become the product of their environment. They become that person that they so much hated. You hear it enough and you start to believe it. You weren't gonna move out of those trailer parks. You know, you weren't gonna be able to beat an addiction.
He was born to do this. I'm so proud of him.
I would definitely say professional wrestling saved my life. Wrestling was all I wanted. It taught me how to love, and it taught me how to like deal with not everything being okay, but still loving it. Then I'm not just doing it for me anymore.
He's living out his dreams. It just makes me speechless.
I do that to her quite often.
Welcome home, mother.
It's not just Roddy versus the world now. It's Roddy, Marina, and Troy versus the world. My life has never been better. I've never been more thankful for the things I have. But there's one thing I want. There's one thing I need, and that's the NXT Championship.
Really pulling on the old heartstrings, Roddy. You got a marginally hot fiance. I mean, your son is somewhat normal. I mean, you should be proud. I get it. You want to be on the marquee with the champ. I mean, you want to play the Bobby Roode lottery. Bam! You move out of the pathetic trailer park into the mansion on the hill. You see, it doesn't work like that in my NXT. You don't just get a title opportunity. Maybe one day you and I can take a little selfie together and you can go home and show your little guy, hey, there's the champ and there's your old man. Do yourself a favor and don't play the Bobby Roode lottery. Because at the end of the day, you're just not man enough to win. Best of luck, kid.
My story isn't over yet.
Oh, hey, look! It's the Strong family. Hey, whenever you feel like being with a real man, you let me know, okay?
This chapter right here is the most important chapter of my career.
Roderick Strong isn't man enough to carry this title. And his perfect little ending that he's looking for, it's not gonna happen.
Sure, he has more custom suits than me, more money than me. He's more famous because of his entrance music than me. But without that NXT Championship, who really is Bobby Roode?
I'm gonna be the guy to put an end to the Roderick Strong story.
No matter what it takes, I will be NXT champion.
Guys, coming up right now, it doesn't get any better than this. It's for the NXT Championship. Bobby Roode against Roderick Strong. We've been waiting a long time to see this match. Let's go to the special interview with the #1 contender.
Excuse me, Roderick. With the biggest opportunity of your career just moments away, what's on your mind?
Victory.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the NXT Championship!
Nigel, you know what it's like to be a champion. Tonight, Roderick Strong walks to the NXT ring with the biggest match of his life ahead of him.
It's a huge opportunity. His fiancée in ringside. Will he achieve it?
In order to achieve it, he has to beat the NXT champion, Bobby Roode.
And now let's go backstage to Caleb, who is standing by waiting for the NXT champion, Bobby Roode.
Excuse me, Bobby. What are your thoughts going into your title defense against Roderick Strong?
Roderick Strong has been living a fairy tale for the last several weeks. Tonight, he stands across the ring from his reality. And that reality is simply
This is it, Morrow, your first opportunity to see the most glorious entrance in sports entertainment today. The reigning, defending, and defining NXT champion. What do you think?
It is glorious. Bobby Roode became NXT champion, defeating Shinsuke Nakamura at NXT TakeOver San Antonio. Most recently defended the title at NXT TakeOver Chicago against Hideo Itami. But he, tonight, faces a very focused and a very ready Roderick Strong.
I was just getting ready to say, Moro, don't get caught up in the hype, because this could be Roddy's night.
I think the big question here, guys, is what's most important to the two men in the ring? We know that title around the waist is the most important thing in the world to Bobby Roode. But for Roderick Strong, is it that title or is it his family?
Introducing the challenger from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 200 pounds, Roderick Strong! And his opponent from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 235 pounds, he is the NXT champion, the glorious Bobby Roode!
A night that Roderick Strong has dreamed of. I'm sure he has visualized this opportunity ad nauseum, Nigel.
Well, that's the thing. If you're going to be a champion, you have to visualize how you're going to do it. You have to know what journey you're going to have to take.
Roderick Strong looking at his mother and his fiancée Marina, a special night with two of the most special people in his life here at ringside to support him, to cheer him on. The biggest opportunity of Roderick Strong's career is upon us. It's for the NXT Championship. Bobby Roode set to defend the title. And there's Roderick Strong's mother and fiance, and I'm sure they're confident, but also concerned because Bobby Roode has proven to be a dominant champion. Side headlock employed by NXT champion Bobby Roode, a decorated champion wherever he has performed, and now planting his flag here at NXT. Waistlock takedown.
Look at this. Look at this.
Wow.
Oh, here it comes.
There he
That's
goes.
what I'm talking about.
Leg lariat by
That's what I'm
Roderick
talking
Strong. Goes for the lateral press, and Roode kicks out at one.
All right, that was a mistake.
Bobby better watch out for the explosiveness of Roderick Strong.
Strong with a tip up in the corner. Ducks underneath the clothesline. Oh, beautiful drop kick executed by Strong. Again, goes for the lateral press.
I love it.
Kicks out.
Roddy knows what's on the line here. The NXT title, but more importantly, he's fighting for his family right now.
The wily veteran Bobby Roode was looking for a respite on the outside. Roderick Strong isn't giving it to him, Nigel.
Didn't find it. Caught between a rock and a hard place. He's going to have to weather this storm. Looks like he did just that.
Bobby Roode regrouping, putting the boots to Roderick Strong early in this matchup. Kick to the midsection. Strong picking up momentum, leapfrogging Bobby Roode. Oh, and there, the Messiah of the backbreaker with a unique backbreaker.
Here we go.
Can it be enough? Roode kicks out. And Roderick Strong with all the momentum in this, an opportunity at the NXT Championship.
NXT is the next generation, and the next generation has arrived.
NXT, the future is now.
We are live at Full Sail University. Over the last year, NXT has grown into a major force. NXT is taking over.
You could be looking at some future Hall of Famers compete here tonight.
How impressive and how exciting the future of WWE is.
NXT redefined the sports entertainment landscape.
The future is now.
NXT, the future is now. Available now online or wherever books are sold.
Oh, and there another backbreaker by Roderick Strong. Goes for the cover. And it is the NXT Championship. Bobby Roode defending the title against Roderick Strong. He has a new family, guys. And you know he wants that champion's purse to feed his family.
Absolutely, a huge, huge opportunity for Strong, who has unparalleled cardio. But Roode is no slouch in that department either.
And a rude awakening there for Roderick Strong. Blockbuster!
Damage done to his own back, though. Clear what Roderick Strong's game plan is here. Work on the back, injure the back, perhaps actually. Oh, that may stop Roode hitting his glorious implant DDT.
I mean, that's smart on behalf of Roderick Strong. Use your strengths.
What is Bobby Roode's game plan in this title match against a guy like Roderick Strong?
Well, if he's going for backbreakers all the time, focus on what's going to stop him being able to do that. The legs.
Winds up and delivers a vicious right hand, and there's a knife-edge chop.
Oh, wow, man.
Strong valiantly trying to get back into this matchup, but Roode goes downstairs with a kick to the midsection. And well scouted by Roderick Strong.
Roode putting the brakes on.
Strong just dipping that left leg underneath Roode.
And again, Roderick Strong goes to what got him to the dance. Another backbreaker on the NXT champion, Bobby Roode.
Roode in trouble.
Roddy's got something in mind.
Oh! Oh! Wrecking ball drop kick by Roderick Strong, and that sends Bobby Roode crashing to the ramp.
Roderick Strong pulling out all the stops.
And remember, though, champion's advantage, Nigel.
Cannot lose the title on the outside by a count out or a disqualification.
He's got to get Roode back in the ring.
Right now, he is lighting up Bobby Roode with those chops. Oh, wow! Oh, man. Roderick Strong's left leg caught between the stairs
can't get out.
and the ring. Oh! Bobby Roode driving the stairs into that injured leg, and the NXT champion.
Disaster for Roderick Strong.
It says bad news written
And
all over it.
Things were going so well for the challenger, Roderick Strong.
Oh, now he's got the opportunity to gloat right in front of Roddy's family.
Yeah, he's not just gloating, he's beaten the you-know-what out of Roderick Strong in front of his family. And now, the champion, the veteran, Bobby Roode, targeting that injured leg.
Look at all the torque on the knee.
Well, you asked me, Morrow, didn't you? What did Roode need to do to win this one? I said focus on the legs. Roderick Strong has given him a gift.
You called it a disaster, Nigel. I couldn't have called it any better.
And this is Roode's strength. Pick an injury and work on it.
Wow. If Roddy can't be mobile, he's going to be in trouble the rest of this match.
And Roode giving Roderick Strong a dose of his own medicine with that lightning chop, and again targeting the injured left leg.
But I tell you what, we're going to learn a lot about the heart and the resiliency of Roderick Strong.
Dropping all of his weight on the lower extremities of Roderick Strong, and Bobby Roode just continuing to punish the challenger.
We all know championship opportunities may come along once in a lifetime. He's got to dig deep and get back into this.
The legs are the foundation for Strong's backbreakers. Bobby Roode knows that, and he's looking to break those legs.
Absolutely brilliant strategy from the champion. And let's remember how Bobby Roode won the title in the first place. It was an injury to Shinsuke Nakamura's knee that he focused on.
Wow. You're right, Nigel. Roode shows absolutely zero remorse.
That's why he's the champion, Percy.
Referee asking Roderick Strong if he's had enough. There's no way he's going to capitulate. This the biggest opportunity of his career.
Here we go, here we go.
Strong now firing back with those right hands, but again, Bobby Roode short-circuiting his comeback.
God.
Man.
Again back to the knee, again genius. This is why the man is the NXT champion, and in my book will remain so. Oh!
Rolled up, shoulders down, Bobby Roode with a 2 count for Roderick Strong. And a running lariat by the NXT champion.
That'll do it.
Can Roderick Strong overcome the attacks to his lower foundation? Can he get back into this NXT championship match?
Oh my God! What the? Tampa, what are you doing? Tampa beat the hell out of Gargano!
I can't believe this.
What is happening here?
Next Wednesday, for the first time since a shocking betrayal, Johnny Gargano returns to NXT. What will he have to say to his former partner? NXT, next Wednesday, 8/7 Central, only on WWE Network.
NXT Championship on the line. Bobby Roode, the champion. #1 contender, Roderick Strong, and Bobby Roode continues to attack the legs of Strong.
Toe and ankle hold. A lot of torque on those cruciate ligaments of the knee.
Bobby Roode, a decorated tag team champion, and there was a legendary tag team, the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, that used to focus their attack on one limb, and you know that Bobby Roode's a student of the game.
Absolutely is. And Strong, to reverse this, needs to roll to his stomach. Roode has released that right leg of Strong. If Strong can roll to his stomach.
Bobby Roode continues to just twist away on the ankle, and there's a desperate kick by Roderick Strong, buying him some precious time to recover because he needs to find a way to get back up to a vertical base.
This could be the opening he was looking for.
But the punishment by Bobby Roode to Roderick Strong's lower base. Oh, dropped hold face first right into the second turnbuckle. And again, Roderick Strong doing whatever it takes to buy himself some time to recover.
You mentioned a vertical base there, Morrow. I don't know if he can stand.
Yeah. Oh, desperately trying to stand, but with every punch falling back to the ground, and there's a counter right hand by Roode.
Gotta get up, here we go.
And Roderick Strong now valiantly fighting back. Reversal on the Irish whip. And a leaping lariat by Strong.
It's amazing what adrenaline can do. Barely on one leg.
Roode fires Strong into the ropes and walks right into the big boot, and a kick to the back of the head by Strong. Beautiful suplex by Roderick Strong.
There's no quit in Roderick Strong.
Champion's in trouble. Adrenaline flow through the body of Strong.
Strong trying to get some feeling back in that leg.
Oh! And Bobby Roode feeling the effects of this onslaught from Strong.
Whoa, whoa.
Wow, the strength and the execution of a beautiful backbreaker. Can this be it? Oh, and Bobby Roode manages to lift that left shoulder just in the nick of time.
2 7/8 from Bobby Roode.
But think, this buys Roderick some valuable time to get some feeling back in that leg so he can get to his offense and hopefully put away Bobby Roode.
Roderick Strong with an inspired performance, lifting Bobby Roode up despite the injury, and the chop block by Roode.
Again, smart from the champion. This is going to be the problem for Roderick Strong for the rest of the match.
And another brutal assault to the legs by NXT champion Bobby Roode.
This is going to be an uphill battle for the rest of this match.
And he's attacking all parts of the leg, Percy. It's not just one area. Spinning toe, nope. Bounced off by Strong, roll up, shoulders down, and Roderick Strong a 1 count away from becoming NXT champion. Spine buster Roode. The cover, hooked the legs, and Strong able to kick out. Incredible fortitude on display in this NXT Championship match.
Always impressive, Bobby Roode able to get to that offense out of nowhere in a split second.
But Roode is back on top, on his knees, now on his feet, and looking strong.
Pardon the pun, right? Bobby Roode feeling it. Glorious. Was looking for the glorious DDT. Blocked and a gutbuster by Strong.
Here it comes.
Strong. Roderick Strong a 1 count away from becoming NXT champion. Wow.
Got the double knees to the guts, damage done, but was just perhaps a fraction of a second late on the cover.
A testament to his fighting spirit, a testament to how important this match is for Roderick Strong.
The champ looks like he's in trouble.
And now Bobby Roode using the real estate at his disposal.
No.
Wrapping the left leg around the ring post.
I gotta call it like I see it. That was a smart move.
The wily veteran, Bobby Roode, showing why he is the NXT champion. Concerned family for Roderick Strong, trying to rally him to victory, trying to rally him back to his feet. Oh, enziguri by
That's what I'm talking
Strong.
about.
And Bobby Roode in a perilous position.
Just saw the desperation of the champion going to the top rope.
Could be a big mistake if Roddy hits this.
Oh! Dropping him back first on the top turnbuckle.
Smart by Strong.
Very smart by Strong, knowing that his legs are at less than 100%, Nigel.
Talk about smart, though. The champion rode straight to the outside to protect his title.
How about Strong, though, using every part of the ring as a weapon?
And again, in order to become NXT champion, Roderick Strong has to do exactly what he's doing now. Rolls the champion back into the ring, cover, side press, and Bobby Roode just kicks out. Incredible resilience on the part of Roderick Strong.
He's got to find a way to keep applying that pressure.
Has the champion up. But couldn't control his weight. Oh, right hand by Bobby Roode. And Roode just uncorking those right hands. And now it's Roderick Strong with an attack with the elbows. Oh, and Roode avoiding that. Oh, there's a kick to the leg. Glorious DDT! Glorious DDT by the NXT champion. Will he retain the title? How did Strong kick out? How did Roderick Strong kick out?
You got to think Roode waited about a half a second too long before he got to that cover.
Roode cannot believe it. I cannot believe it.
I don't think Roderick Strong's family can believe it. Now they're rallying. The NXT Universe exhorting Roderick Strong.
Sounds like everybody in the building wants Roderick Strong to walk out of here the NXT champion.
Trying to will Roderick Strong to the NXT Championship, but can he, how much more can he take? Can he stand?
I cannot believe Roderick Strong's resilience.
Look at Bobby Roode, though. Oh, wow, taunting the family of Roderick Strong. Bobby Roode trying to psych himself up. Wow, what a counter by Roderick Strong! Oh, knee to the face!
And here we go!
Oh, slams Bobby Roode face first to the canvas. Roderick Strong's in fuego! Backbreaker Strong! Crushing backbreaker back press! Roderick Strong is the NXT champion! Mamma Mia!
Wait a second.
Referee waved off the pinfall. Bobby Roode's foot was under the rope, and then Bobby Roode proceeded to attack Roderick Strong. This matchup continues for the NXT Championship. Oh, right in front of Roderick Strong's family. What a glorious DDT. And how sickening it must be for Roderick Strong's loved ones to see that happen right in front of them. Roderick Strong desperately trying to get to his feet. Bobby Roode continues to play mind games with the family. The NXT champion with another glorious DDT. And Bobby Roode with the cover. Bobby Roode retains the NXT title.
It's a damn shame.
Here's your winner, and still NXT champion, the glorious Bobby Roode.
A look of disbelief on the face of Roderick Strong's loved ones. Nigel, Roderick Strong came that close to realizing a lifelong dream.
Came as close as anyone to dethroning the champion. And listen, I love Bobby Roode, but your heart has got to go out for Roderick Strong. I've known Roderick Strong for a long time. I've seen the sacrifices he's made, and I know how much winning that NXT Championship meant to him. Take a look here. This is how he created the opportunity. Tried for the knee. That was it. The implant DDT. Roderick Strong digging deep, however, and kicking out at the last second. Roode couldn't believe it. The match would continue to this, and here it was. Take a look at that right leg underneath the bottom rope, clearly.
Here's your winner.
And here it was on the outside, the implant DDT. Roode was the quickest to react when he realized the match would continue.
Right in front of the family. Talk about an ignominious gesture by Bobby Roode, and nails him one more time with the glorious DDT.
And insult to injury.
One of the toughest title defenses of his reign, but in the end, Bobby Roode will tell you that not only does he remain NXT champion, but he remains glorious.
NXT forever!
Roderick Strong came that close, but in the end, Bobby Roode remains the NXT champion in a fantastic championship bout.